Hello everyone, today in this video we'll be discussing the first module of AI and ML. This is the first subject in the 7th semester 18 CS 71. So in the first module what we have is the basic introduction of AI and what are the different games which use AI and what is its internal working, like tic-tac-toe. If you play with the computer, if you play chess with the computer will make the moves and it's really hard to understand what does the computer actually trying to do, right? But finally it is there is a lot chance that the computer wins and you loses to the computer, right? So all these things come under those main concepts, like what is its internal working and what are the algorithms being applied upon. Okay, so by using these things we'll be discussing in depth each of these concepts and what are its characteristics, and there are some algorithms also, like for specific problems, like for example if you get any problem in real life, how that can be solved, what are the key approaches you need to follow. Those things we'll be discussing in this module. Okay, so it's divided into three topics. I'll be discussing what are those three topics in depth in the video. If you want the document link, it's in the description box. You can download and study from there. Each of these three topics has 10 questions. Okay, so if you study the 10 questions, it will be sufficient for you to score nice marks in internals as well as externals. Okay, so I'll be covering all the whole module in the form of questions and answers. Okay, so that's all what is there in the first module. Let's move on to the module 1. So in the module 1 there are mainly three topics. Okay, the first is the artificial intelligence and problems, the next is the problem spaces and search, the third is the heuristic search techniques. Okay, so before starting, if you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel because your support helps me make more videos like this. So make sure you don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like button. Okay, and if you have got any doubt, ping me on Instagram. My ID is given here. So let's get started with the first topic. What is artificial intelligence? Okay, so the question in the exam paper could be as follows: what is artificial intelligence? So basically you have to write the definition in your own words, like what is artificial intelligence. There are numerous definitions, but the main key concept what you need to write is you are making the so that's the main thing which you need to write, like the computer thinks intelligently. Okay, that is what artificial intelligence is. Artificial intelligence is a way of making a computer controlled robot or a software think intelligently. There is a computer, if you are able to make it think intelligently, that is known as artificial intelligence. How do you make it think intelligently? By using artificial intelligence techniques and process. Okay, so that's what the definition you need to write. If you want to write more about it, what you can give is the examples which we'll be discussing in the upcoming topics. The different examples are there, and the characteristics of AI, where are the applications of AI, and what are the different process used in AI. Okay, and you can give a step-by-step approach of how to solve any problem using AI. All that depends on the marks they have asked the question for. If it is more marks, you have to include all what I told. Okay, anyways, I'll be discussing each of these things what I told as a separate question in the next upcoming topics. Wherever I have marked star, that is what super important. Okay, the next question: define the following terms: data, information, knowledge, intelligence, and artificial intelligence. Very important definitions. One, 2 marks they can ask easily. You can score 10 marks if they ask these 5 definitions. Okay. So what you need to keep in mind is define the following. And what is data? Data is nothing but raw facts, unformatted information. It's just an information. There is nothing coherence between them. It is not in an organized manner. It is just some data is there. Okay, that data can be used for different purposes, but it is not organized, or it is not used as of now. That is what is called data. Okay, what is information? Information is the processing and manipulating and organizing data. Means this is just ingredients are there and you make a biryani, that is called as information. Fine. It is a result of processing, manipulating, and organizing data in response to a specific need. Wherever there is a need to use information, at that time we will take data and organize it and process it as well as manipulate it so that our specific need is fulfilled. What is knowledge? Knowledge is nothing but a understanding of what the solution domain wants us to do. It is different from information. Information will depict as the data of what it actually is, and a knowledge means what it relates to the understanding of the solution domain, what to do. If you get to know what to do, that is called as knowledge. Okay, and intelligence means how to apply a solution. Once you know what to do and you have the things to do, and how to apply that things is known as intelligence. Okay, it is the knowledge operation to which the solution how to do is answered. How to apply the solution, that is the main task of intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the study of how to make the computers do things which people do better at the moment. Like we are intelligent, right? We are able to do the things, we are able to make out many things and make decisions in our real life by using intelligence. How can we simulate it, the same things in the computer side as well? That is what is called artificial intelligence. So these were the five definitions, are very important ones from the exam point of view. The next one is, what are the problem contained within AI? See, it looks like AI is a very fascinating and very nice thing, right? But still there are some problems associated with AI. So we'll be discussing what are the different problems in different domains which are associated with AI. Mainly there are how many? There are three problems. Okay. So what are the three problems? Game playing and theorem proving share the property of the property that people who do them very well are considered to be displaying intelligence. Means we are still lagging behind how to do the game playing as well as theorem proving. Proving requires a higher level of intelligence as well as game playing requires higher level of intelligence, because we are supposed to know what move we make, so what effect will be happening by our move. Okay, that information is needed within us. So it is a not well established feature as of now for AI, but the work is being carried upon. So what was the first thing? Game playing and theorem proving. This is the first problem within AI. Second important one is the common sense reading. Common sense reading means knowing about the physical objects and their relationships with each other. So if I give you apple and if I give you like a name of a person, so what is the relationship between them? He will eat the apple, right? That's the relationship. But the computer is still not able to understand what is the actual relationship between apple and human. So to make that computer understand, it will take a lot of time as well as a great amount of data sets, so that we can train the computer on this data. That is the second issue. What is the first issue? Game playing and theorem proving. The second one is the common sense reading. By noticing the things, can you make a relationship between those things, how they are interrelated to each other, how do they work together, and for a common goal? What are those things? That is the second problem of AI. It is not able to reach up to that level. Okay. The third is the general problem solver. It is the problem of applying symbolic manipulations to logical expressions. If there is a complex logical expression given, and if you want to simplify it and solve it in a much more easier way, we can use general problem solver, but it is not up to that level to solve all the problems. That is the third problem of AI. Okay, and it is just not related to expressions. It can be any problem of the world, because any problem of the world can be translated into an expression, and the expression can be solved using AI. So this part is not yet 100% working and efficiently for all the problems of the world, but we are working towards it, right? So that's what the third problem of AI as of now. Okay, the next one is, what are the task domains and application of AI? Very, very important, super important question from exam point of view. Don't miss this at any cost. All you have to remember is how many columns? Three columns. Okay. All you have to remember is three columns. There are how many task domains? If someone asks, you have to say there are three task domains. Okay, three task domains of AI. The first is the mundane tasks, and second is the formal task, and third is the expert tasks. So let's go through each of these. It's like level by level. Okay, first level is the mundane task, second level is the something was starting from F, right? Third one is the expert task. Yeah, formal task and expert task. Okay, so these three levels, this is the most easiest one. A little harder, you can consider it as medium level, and this is the most hardest one. Okay, so let's go through each of these tasks. What are its different tasks and how they are interrelated to each other, why they form a same group. See here, perception, natural language, and common sense reading, and robotics. Okay, these four come under mundane tasks. Perception means what? If there is an image, we are capturing that image in a computer. That is what is called vision. And speech means if there is some audio that is getting captured in computer, that is called as speech. We are just capturing the things. Natural language, understanding, generation, translation. If there is a text written, we are capturing the text and processing it. Common sense reading, we are capturing what is in the real world and making the relationships among them. Robotic control, if some input is given, take that input and process it. That is what is the mundane task. Means basically, if you take up any task in the world, we are given with what, an input. We are using that input and processing it and getting the output, right? That is what is called mundane task, because it is the most basic and fundamental task which we are performing. So that's the first category, mundane task. The second is the formal tasks. Okay, formal task is a next level of the mundane task. After you have done the first thing like capturing the input, then the processing is the second step, and third step is the output. But in processing itself, there will be not just one level of processing, there will be many different level of processing, and it will be dependent on many other different things. For example, if you take the game chess, if it is given to you what is the initial positions of all the objects in the chess, then your task is to make the next move. So means the most appropriate move or the best move, I can say, which you can move so that your winning chances will increase. That is what is called processing. This task is called as formal task. Same goes for checkers go, mathematics, geometry, logic, integral calculus, proving properties of programs. At any step, if you take, like for example, take integral calculus or even take logic, when you're proving some logic or you're finding a solution for integral calculus or you're proving some property, at any step when you arrive at that time, you need to know what is the next appropriate step you need to take. If you take a wrong step slightly also, that will cause a big deviation from the actual answer in the upcoming time, right? So because you need to know exactly what step you need to know appropriately, that is known as formal task. It is a bit difficult than the mundane tasks. Okay, so second task can be categorized as processing, and the third one is the output tasks. Okay, expert task is the output task. Here we have engineering, scientific analysis, medical diagnosis, and financial analysis. Here the human themselves don't know what is the actual answers. We depend on AI. Okay, AI, we give the data to AI and tell it to calculate what are the trends and patterns you can find out and give us the answer. So here what should happen is, here is the understanding and analysis should happen. All this analysis like scientific analysis, if the raw materials are given, what do you think, where are these raw materials originated from based on the previous data? If any medical file of a patient is given, what do you think the disease might be? What is the financial analysis, means what is the, how much money you have, if you invest where you will get more profit, and what is the chances that the market will crash or the market will rise based on the other factors like the market value. So all those things are coming in the final level, which is the expert tasks, because these tasks require a lot of complex computation, and it's very critical to our decisions, because whatever decisions we make here, it is very much critical. So if someone asks you where are the different tasks of AI, like if you just ask what is the different task of AI, we will be standing in a door. If any a person comes, the door opens automatically based on sensor. Okay, so that is the least level of sensing something and based on that doing something. So based on that, if any different person comes like the handicapped person, it should open fast. Those things can be implemented using AI. But actually in this question they have asked the task domains. So firstly you have to divide it into three tasks, then you have to write what all these three tasks consist of. Okay, that's why I explained you a very important question from exam point of view. Just remember the key points and expand in your own words. Next is, what is the physical system hypothesis? You know, there is a hypothesis in the 1950s which is known as physical system hypothesis. When it was the starting of AI, at that time many hypotheses were arising, and the most appropriate one which was taken from among them is the physical system hypothesis. So let's understand what does physical system hypothesis mean. What are the key points you need to write if this question is asked in exam? Okay, so the scientists define a physical system as symbols, expressions, symbol structure, and system. So symbols is the least thing like plus, minus, and any letter or any number. Expression is the thing which is formed from this one. Symbol structure is nothing but a group of expressions, and all the things consist in a system. And we apply process so that you can act upon the symbols and expressions. So that is what the physical system hypothesis is. It consists all these things and the actions as well. Okay, and computers provide the perfect medium for this experimentation, since they can be programmed to simulate physical system symbol we like for example, if you want to simulate any real world scenario, in the real world scenario also we can find out many expression symbols. We can divide the whole scenario into these parts. The whole scenario is called system. What are the different things happening in it is called process. Means if someone is walking from here, if someone is coming here, these are all process happening. What is symbol structure? What is the person made up of? He has different body parts. Expression means how the body parts communicate with each other, how they work together. Symbols is nothing but the body parts, right? So all these things can be further segregated into different symbols, expression, symbol structure, system, as well as process will be happening upon each other. That is why physical system is made. It is just a blueprint using which we can simulate any of the real life scenario. Fine. So that was about the physical system hypothesis. This next question is very important one. What is AI technique? AI technique means there is a technique followed by AI to solve any given problem which is solvable using AI. So what is its technique? AI is a very broad spectrum and it becomes very difficult to handle all the problems. So there are some steps and appropriate techniques using which we can solve all the problems of all the domains which could be solved. So the first thing is the knowledge captures generalizations. If I give you like one person eats mango, another person eats apple, another person eats strawberry. Okay, what can you make the conclusion from these? You can make the generalized conclusion that they like fruits, isn't it? They like fruits is a generalized means the conclusion which you can draw. That's what the AI should be capable of doing. The first thing is take the general meaning. Don't take like this person likes apple, so that might be the correct answer. No, that is overfitting. Okay, so what they are living, if you just tell that they are living, instead of telling that they are eating fruits and like fruits, you are under fitting it. Okay, so that's what we have to avoid. We have to get the most best generalization. Like these like fruits, I could also tell that they want to eat something, but the more generalization is what they like the fruits. That's the most level of generalization. If you cross one step also further than this one and tell that he likes apple, he likes mango, there is no generalization in that. Everything becomes specific to individual. What is common in them? They like fruits. That's all what we have to do in the first step. Whenever you are given with a question in a data set, first generalize the data, what is coming out of it. Okay, after you have taken that, keep it in your hand, and then what you have to do is it can be understood by the people who must provide it. Next, you have to, whatever the conclusion you have drawn, make sure that it is understandable. If some conclusion comes which is very complex and the normal people don't know, make sure you make it more simplified. That's the second thing. Then hold the simplified thing in your hand. Then let's move on to the third step. It can be easily modified to correct errors and to reflect changes in the world. Now suppose that someone came and told them that more better is the vegetables, you have to eat vegetables instead of fruits. So what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to generalize it like they like vegetables instead of they like fruits. That's all the change what we need to do, and it should be able to easily modify. Okay, so easily modifiable feature, you add it to what is in your hand. Okay, then the next one is it can be used to it can be used in a great many situation if it's not totally accurate or complete. Whatever we have, we should be able to make the best use of it. That's the first fourth thing. Even if it is not actually totally accurate or complete, still we should be able to use to some extent. That's what the fourth point is. The last point is it can be used to help overcome its own sheer bulk by helping to narrow the range of possibilities that might be usually considered. So if I tell you like I want to go somewhere, okay, I'll just tell you I want to go somewhere, then there can be infinite number of possibilities where I want to go, right? Countless number of possibilities will be there. But if I narrow it down by using some information, I want to go somewhere in India. From the whole universe, it got narrowed down to India. That's all. Again, if I tell you in India I want to go somewhere in Maharashtra, so from whole India it got narrowed down to Maharashtra. That feature should be there. Okay, if you want an answer, you should be as specific as you can be, so that it will be helping to narrow down the range of possibilities that might be usually considered. Revising, first you need to have the generalization of whatever the knowledge is given. It should be simple enough so that the people might understand. It should be easily modifiable to correct the errors and reflect the changes in the world. It should be used in situations even with the least amount of knowledge we have. It should be applicable, and it should be narrowed down to as much as possible, so that if you follow these steps, it will be very easy to find us reach to a solution using AI. And if you want, you can give an example for this as well. So three examples are search problems, use of knowledge, and abstraction. Search means if you want to search something, if you just type a, the many possibilities come, right? But infinite possibilities doesn't come, right? What is the most recent searched, and what is the what trend which is going on in the world starting from the word a? Most searched and the most relevant features, those come at the top priority. That is done by AI. Provides a way of solving problem for which no direct approach is available. Using the different data sets, we'll be forming a approach which is applicable to the real life situation. Use of knowledge provides a way of solving complex problems. By using knowledge, we can solve complex problems by converting that problem into a data structure which is of the computer, and then applying AI techniques. Converting the problem into what? Data structure which can be solved using AI technique. Abstraction means what? Provides a way to show only the relevant features and hide the unnecessary features. So if you were to see all the algorithms running when you do a Google search, you will become mad, right? That's what we don't want to see. So it's abstraction. That's the third important feature of AI. Fine. Next is, what is Turing test? A very important and very interesting test which is carried out by Turing in 1950. Okay, so let me explain you what it is. There is a person A, okay, and there is a computer here and another person X here. So what happens is, he will be asking many questions to both computer as well as human. So who wins the game means, like when the question is asked to both, the question will be same, and he will be receiving the replies from both. But who sent which reply, that will be hidden in the middle layer. So he'll get the reply, like two replies will be get. He doesn't know which reply is for computer one and which reply came from human, and he should be able to he should be able to identify if this reply is human or this reply is computer for sure. If it is if he passes in that, he is able to classify them, which is computer and which is human. At that time, it means that the computer is not able to think as intelligently as human. Otherwise, if he is not able to identify which is computer, which is human, that means computer passed the test and it is fit for real life situations. That's what the Turing test is, and the same thing I mentioned here also. You can go through it. Next one is, what are some of the less desirable properties of knowledge? So knowledge means, if you give the knowledge to the AI, the five less desirable properties are, it is huge, because usually the knowledge which requires for the AI processing is very huge. It is difficult to characterize correctly, means there are many different column values and different categories are there. What are the different features are there? It is difficult to mean segregate each of these data into different categories accurately. It is continuously constantly varying, right? Because the data is not constant in the world, it always changes, and it always, like, new data comes and the old data becomes irrelevant. Fine. So that is the third one, and the fourth one is, differs from the data being organized in a way that corresponds to its application. The fifth one, it is complicated. So these are the five disadvantages. Revising ones: it is huge, a large data is there, and it has many features which is which by using which we cannot characterize it correctly, and it constantly varies in the real world, and it is not organized in a proper format. All the data is organized in a different format, which makes it difficult to make synchronization between them, and finally it's complicated. Fine. The next question is, what are the steps to solve problems in artificial intelligence? To solve problems in artificial intelligence, you should take four steps. How many steps you should take to solve any problem? Four steps should be taken. Define the problem first. Scrutinize the problem carefully. What are the features we need? What are features we do not need? Segregate and represent the background knowledge, in which context it belongs to, so that the solution is more accurate, and choose the best solving technique. Four easy things: define the problem, scrutinize it, and remove the unwanted features, and then give the background knowledge, give the context, and finally choose the best solving technique. The next one is, discuss the tic-tac-toe problem in detail and explain how it can be solved using AI technique. So basically, what is tic-tac-toe? It's a super important question. Make sure you don't miss before exam. So what is the tic-tac-toe? Tic-tac-toe means you'll be having these things. I guess all of us know this. If any three x come in the same row, or in the same, sorry, in the same column, same row, or diagonal, same goes for O as well. If three come, it means we won, right? So how it can be implemented using AI techniques, so that the computer can also play with us when we have no friends, right? If we are sitting lonely at home and we have no friends, we can play with the computer, right? So that's why we have to learn how to solve using AI, so that we can play with computer. Okay. All right. So the number of cells are 3 cross 3, right? 3 rows and 3 columns. So in these columns, the user can enter any of the X or O alternatively, right? He can either enter X or he can either enter O alternatively. So how many total entries are there? First, you tell me that. Total entries possible are 9 entries possible. So 9 times the for loop will run for I is equal to 0 till 9. So each entry a user will make, first for the x1, then for the o1. Okay, that's how you take the input. That's the first thing you need to know, how to take the input. Now if I give you a little more insight on this one, as you can see, there are 9 cells here, and each cell can either be O, or it can be X, or it can be nothing, just a blank. Three possible things are there here. Three are here, three are here, three. So totally 3 power 9 possible states are there isn't it? There are how many possible states? 3 power 9 possible states are there for all these things. So what will computer do is it will calculate all the possibilities, 3 power 9 possibilities. No matter how huge it is, it will take a lot of time, it will take a large space to calculate and computation resources, but computer will calculate and keep it all the possible moves which are possible, and it will segregate in which ways it can proceed so that it moves to the winning solution. See, out of all the possibilities, it will calculate which are the possibilities that gives me the winning solution. So let's consider it is 2 power something, 2 power x. These many possibilities are there. Okay, let's consider x and y. Total possibilities are x, which is 3 power 9, and from that y possibilities will give me winning state. For example, consider 3 power 5. There are 3 power 5 possible ways in which I can write xxx or o in which I can win. So whenever you make any move, what will computer do is it will eliminate all those possibilities which are of losing from this point. Like if I put x here, what are my chances of losing if I put o here? What are the different possible states in which I can use if I put o here? It will calculate which is the best possible option from all these places where I put o, which is the best possible option that it will choose and eliminate all the useless options. So what will remain is the winning options. By using these techniques, what it will do is it will just always keep the winning options with itself and choose the options from the winning options and apply here again and again. That's how the internal working of computer is, like for tic-tac-toe. Okay, so for this there are how many approaches? 3 approaches are there. Okay, so let me discuss what are the 3 approaches. Firstly, in exam, what you have to write, if they ask you this, first make tic-tac-toe, write 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Tic-tac-toe consists of 3 cross 3 board which could be filled with x or 0. Okay, then what we have is 2 players, max and min. Max and min are 2 players, max marks x and min marks o. Player with 3 same elements vertically, horizontally or diagonally win the game. Max to win 3 consecutive x, min to win 3 consecutive zeros. So the diagram also you can make, put x here, o here, and finally when x or o becomes 3 consecutive, it's a win, or else it's a draw. So there are how many things? I have told you 3 approaches are there. The first approach is that all the elements from the tic-tac-toe are 9 elements, and the vector is called a board vector. Okay, so the elements are presented in the form of board vector. Numbers from 1 to 9 and 3 rows are there. Okay, so an element contains the value 0 for a blank and 1 for x and 2 for o. If it is like how it is represented in the vector is 0 is for a blank, 1 is for the x, and 2 is for the o. Okay, so 3 possibilities are there. So totally how many possibilities will be there? 3 power 9, and all these are stored in the form of a vector, 9 element vector. Okay, why is it 9 element vector? Because if this is a 3 cross 3 and I break it down into a single row, I'll take this one and keep here, I'll take this one and keep here, and I'll take this one and keep here. So it will be 9 things total, right? So this is a 9 element vector. Each of these represent the individual position 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Like that, how many are there? 3 power 9 elements are there. Okay, and what is the algorithm? Very super simple algorithm. View the vector as a ternary number because it is 3 are there, so ternary number. Convert into a decimal number, use the decimal number as index, and find the answer in the move table. Set the board vector and indicating how board levels are after the move. If you don't understand this one, it's totally fine, because what you need to mainly focus is upon you and are able to understand or not. Okay, so if you are able to understand, you can write in exam, but if you are only not able to understand, in exam also you can't write anything. Okay, first make sure that you are able to understand what is happening. See, view the vector as a ternary number. Why we have taken it as a ternary number? Because 3 possibilities are there. It can be either 0 1 or 2 for blank space, for x and for o. That's why it is ternary number. Convert into a decimal number. Why we are converting into decimal number? Because we cannot represent the alphabets like x or o and all. We need to definitely convert into a decimal number, right? And we use the decimal number as an index. Whatever the decimal number we got, that indicates where we are at the board. Use it into the move table and access the vector. Move table is the table which has all the possible combinations. When you get a particular x or o, we'll be using those as the index value after converting to decimal, and we'll be seeing in the move table where it is and what is the combination for the particular x or o. Okay, then set the board according to this vector, and board looks after the how it looks after the move, just updated. 3 steps: take the number, convert to decimal, access the index, and see what is the combination, set the board and update the board to the new move. Second approach is the same thing what is the previous one, except that we use 2 for a blank, 3 for an x, 5 for an o. because it makes us easier to calculate. It's a mathematical proof behind it. So if it is what you need to keep in mind is, in the second approach we'll be using 2 for a blank, 3 for an x, 5 for an o, and there will be a variable turn which indicates 1 for the first move, 2 for the second move, 3 for the third move, and 9 for the last move. So it denotes the moves and denotes the values here. By using these two, can use some mathematical formula, like for example it returns 5 if the center square is blank. Whatever square is blank will be returning that value. If it is 2 4 6 8, a blank non-square is returned, and possible p returns 0 if the player cannot win, or else it returns the next possible square in which putting we can win. For example, if it is given like this, okay, x x 0 0 x 0 x 0, and here it is the turn of x. So if I put x, I'll be obviously winning, right? But if here it is an o, obviously no one won. So in this case it will return as 0, or else what it will return, if in case I have put x here, in this case what is this value, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 7 will be the answer which will be returning, because at last I put 7th position x, I won, right? So those two things will be returned, and the mathematical formula is this one. You need not understand what the formula is, but you just need to keep in mind, by using the values 2 3 and 5, it will be forming in synchronous with the way in which you are in the table and the winning strategy. So this is the formula which we use, and it also returns 0. The final approach which the actual computers uses, there are three things here. Okay, how many things are there? Three things are here. It contains a 9-element vector, a list of board position that could be result from the next move. So that's what I told in the starting part of this question. Like, it will calculate all the possible moves, which are the winning possible moves it will keep, which are the losing possible moves, those moves it will not make. Fine. So it will keep on narrowing down to only winning moves, and finally it will be applying those things. If it is a draw, it's a draw, else it will win. Okay, or else it can lose also, because if it misses some of the possible moves here, or there's a double check here, like for example, in this case in this case it is not possible to win only for the computer, right? Because if I put x here, he will win in this way. If you put x here, he will win in this way, right? Both possibilities are there, so it's not possible for the computer to win itself. So that algorithm is carried out, and all the possible combinations are carried out. Only the winning things will be taken and applied. The algorithm looks ahead and makes a decision based on the next move by deciding the most promising move. Most promising move means what? Which move if I make, it will be more beneficial for me, right? Consider all the possible moves and the replies that the program can make, like that. See all the possible moves and what are the different possible replies that could be got after we make this move, like that it can keep on thinking the next to next levels. Okay, that's how the means the AI develops. It will be thinking more to more. Okay, for example, what I mean is, if I put x here and the computer puts O here, then if I put x here, at that time the computer will think, if I put O here, the computer will means the human will put x here or here. It is not possible that computer will put means human will put x here, because there is no point in putting x here, right? So that's what the moves it will see which is the most promising move, so that the most chance is there that the human will put, so that he will win. So he will try to block that move as well in advance only, like that it will think next to next level. Okay, so that was about the tic-tac-toe. Moving means revising what is there in tic-tac-toe. See here. In tic-tac-toe, first you have to make this board, and you have to define this board here. Like, two players are there, x and y, and there are three approaches. In the first approach, all the possible combinations are calculated, and it is using 0 for blank, 1 for x, and 2 for o, and it will make the decision means decision based on which is the most promising move. Second approach is also same, but it uses mathematical formula here, and it uses some strategies which is most appropriate to the tic-tac-toe. Final approach is also same as the previous one, but here we'll be using vectors, and the most promising move is made. It will think next to next level. Okay, that's all. The last one is explain the question and answering in AI. Question and answering means what? If I ask you a question, for example, see, this is given in Q&A system. The input is the question in English, and output is the answer in English. If you say okay Google and just search what is the input, okay, so what will happen is, for example, this is the sentence given to us. Rani went for shopping for a new coat, and she found a red one she really liked. When she got home, she found that it went perfectly with her favorite dress. Okay, and the questions are as follows: what did Rani go for shopping? What did Rani find that she liked? What did Rani buy anything? Okay, now see, observe the first question. What did Rani go for shopping? Okay, or what did Rani go shopping for? Rani went shopping for. See, the same thing is here. In this way only the computer recognizes what we are asking. What did Rani go shopping for? It's actually go shopping for. I wrote go for shopping. So what did Rani go shopping for? Go shopping for. And here is the same thing. Went shopping for. Go and went will be interchange. You don't worry about that. Went shopping for. Whatever is present here, that's your answer. Like that, computer recognizes. So there will be different templates. Like who did X Y generates XYZ. If a match occurs, then Z is the answer to the question. Who did XY? Like for example, what did Rani go shopping for? Rani went shopping for. Then this is the answer. This is X, this is Y, this is Z. Z is the answer. Okay, like that only. The second one, what did Rani find that she liked? Okay, so found a red one she liked. So red one is the answer for this one. Okay. Then by using the complex technique, we can even find out what is the red one, and it will be matched to new code, so it will be new red code. Okay. Did Rani buy anything? This is a very complex question. Like it's not specified here whether Rani bought it anything or not. It is possible that she bought, or just she went home without buying and found that it was perfectly with the favorite dress what she had in already in home. So it's not specified if Rani bought it or not, right? So in the next levels of AI, like it could be given like what is the possibility that she bought based on the sentiment analysis, even what we could not recognize that the AI can recognize using complex AI techniques. Okay, and that's what the question and answering is in AI. This can be solved using many methods. The first method is there's a template given like I showed you, right? For example, XYZ template. Templates will be given, pass these patterns and substitute and change the person or the voice, apply each of these pattern and collect the answers. That's the most simple method. Second is there will be a data structure called as English, and each of these words which will be present here, it will be categorized into different parts. Each part will be matched with a particular instance. For example, what is the instance? Finding, tense is past, agent is Rani, and object is thing one. So she found a red one, she really liked. She found a red one. So who is the agent? Rani. Who is the, what is happening? Finding is happening. It is a past because it is found. And what is the thing? It is a thing one. We don't know what is red one, so we take thing one. So thing one will be specified again. What is thing one? It is a code and color is red. And what is the event two? She really liked. So liking is the thing. It is past because it is liked here, and the modifier is much. She really liked. I don't know why it is much here, but anyways, the thing is thing one only because it's connected with the previous sentence. Like this, the data structures are defined for what is a sentence. It will divide into different parts and then analyze what is actually happening here. Okay, that's what is the second method. Third method is it will also give us the world model. World model means it will give us the context of the object which is happening. For example, if I give an example, if you went to a market, okay, you went to a market and you are standing here, and there is a saleswoman standing here, okay, and you went to the saleswoman and asked, like, mm, you see, he went to her, okay, let's take both as girls only. She went to her and asked, can I help you? Okay, so sorry, what does she ask is, can I help you? Okay, she went to her, and the question is, can I help you? So obviously we know that the salesman is asking that can she help her or not, right? See, what I mean is, see, there's a girl girl A went to the store, and there's a saleswoman B. Okay, so girl A went to saleswoman B. That is the first sentence. Second sentence is, can I help you? She was asked whether she need help. Okay, she was asked whether she need help. Now you tell me, who is asking help from whom? Who is asking to help? This person is asking to help this person because there's a saleswoman. Saleswoman helps, right? That's what we know. The context behind saleswoman helps a person. That is the context which computer doesn't know. So computer will get confused who asked to whom. Okay, so this is solved in the method 3. Okay, to again revise what's actually happening. There is a woman A went to a saleswoman B, and she asked her whether you need any help. Now who is she? She asked her whether you need any help. How we can say this? This is because we know the context that saleswoman helps the customers, but that computer doesn't know. So we are providing an extra knowledge, which is the extra knowledge of world context knowledge, who provides help to whom, like that. For context specific knowledge will provide, so that computer exactly knows who is saying to whom. That's what is in the third method. World model contains the knowledge about object, actions and situations that are described as input text. Okay, So it brings up more specific answers in this case. So that's all for this video. I'll be covering up the next part in the next video. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Your support helps me make more videos like this. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.